Alright, so it looks like I have some decking that might be kind of interesting. So I'm going to take this, copy this image. This is a lower res image. This is 650 by 4. Yeah, let's paste it in. Good. Yeah, that is perfect. Except for the fact it's probably not tileable. And what I will need to do is tile it a few times in at least one rotation. So what I'm going to do here is kind of take that, just like that. And I'm also going to go out here. I'm going to crop that corresponding to that. Okay, and then I'm going to go distort. I'm going to try to push this to the very edge. I'm going to try to push this to the very edge. I'm going to get it as close as I can. Trust me when I say you're not going to get perfect, because you also have to warp it. So I'm going to apply that and go into warp, where I'm just going to warp this just a little bit. Now this certainly isn't all wood, and as far as like, you wouldn't have to do this for every wood. The goal here is to get some black right on the outside edge. Okay, that might work well. Just going to kind of zoom in here. Good. Okay, now I'm going to make this. I can actually make this square without hurting it. Let's check out that. If I go to image size, if I take the height is 415, and make that the same. Okay, didn't really technically do anything different, because it's a board, so it just shrunk down. So I'm going to use that as a pattern. And you can see, wow, there's a moray pattern, like huge moray pattern. I just want to look at this real quick. Maybe look at the offset of it. I thought it would just automatically be good, but obviously it did not. So we're going to have to take some time and fix it up a little bit. And I like that look right there. The outside edges, how they're sort of imperfect, like the boards have been cut away. And certainly I'm going to have to take my brush every once in a while and just kind of do that. These are just all black anyway, so I can just kind of fill those areas in. I don't like the color in this, so I'm going to go image adjustments, black and white. Suck the color right out of it. Then I'm just going to introduce a new color, something a little bit less. Just looking for that look. That might be it right there. Alright, so I'm going to define this pattern. Much better. Okay, so obviously I got some repair to do because of the whole array pattern showing up every once in a while. So, you know, you can choose to do this in several different ways, but this will take you a very long time. It is worth doing. And this is where you get your patience tried as a texture artist. For the ones that have a seam like that, sometimes you can go like this, line it up, then line up the cracks, and they turn out a lot better. So, alright, so this is going to be incredibly boring to watch. I will not force you to watch this, but this is essentially what I'm going to be doing to make the floor texture. And you can already see that one little strip that I did right there turned out a lot better. So you can start going down, but right about here I got to start fixing. And another thing you could do, just to kind of give you a heads up, you can fill it again. And then go filter, other, offset. Okay. And now you could take an eraser tool and just go down here and get rid of it. So I should have made you do the other one. It would have been just so much better. That's what sometimes I do that in the classroom because they're like, "Oh, you." So you have this board that keeps repeating over and over that I see is really annoying to look at as far as an array. So every once in a while I want to cover this board up. And I can hold Alt and I can click and drag that same board over and over, and I can fix that seam up. Just like that. And you can get inventive. I mean, really, nothing beats a big old pile of weirdly colored wood right there. And you might find that these brushes right here are kind of, I don't know how to say this, very, kind of, and they need to be sharper sometimes. So, don't rely on these brushes as much, because another thing is, you should go take some pictures of some grunge and make your own brushes. Uh, they become really high res. They become very unique, and if you start going nuts, you can go in here and filter, blur, Gaussian blur, just like I did before. So there's no new tricks I'm showing you here. It's just where to use them, I guess. Just don't make everything so the same. Take the tileness out of it. Alright, so there we go. We got some floors. Alright, in the next video, we'll cover some more.